للذين أحسنوا الحسنى وزيادة ولا يرهق وجوههم قتر ولا ذلة
للذين أحسنوا الحسنى وزيادة ولا يرهق وجوههم قتر ولا ذلة.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear viewers, welcome to the show of Errors and Correction from Huda Tv. This series of errors and corrections, our ultimate goal is to clear and make it very clear to our brothers Muslim some errors, that they fall into. In this episode, we will cover also many errors that Muslims fall into. Some people they play actually, or they do something, especially in divorce. It is not allowed in Islam, the Muslim, especially, talking about the husband. He is not allowed actually to divorce his wife, 3 times in once, because at-talaq marratain, divorce is twice. So the sunnah that you divorce your wife once, and then if you want to divorce her again after she come back to you, then a second time. But it is not actually allowed in Islam to divorce your wife. You give her 3 times in one go, in one say or one word or one go. Because Rasulullah sallam, one of the companions, he did this during Rasulullah sallam. Rasulullah sallam, he got very upset from this companion, and he said to him, you play with the Quran while I'm still among you. Rasulullah sallam was very upset from this companion, and he told him, you're not to do this again. So the Muslim husband, anytime you want to divorce your wife, you should divorce once, and then after she come back, if you decided later also to divorce her second time, this is actually the sunnah. And then after the second time, if you really make up your mind completely and you make your decision that you don't want your wife, then you divorce it 3rd time. But you don't say the divorce 3 times in one time, in one go. This is not actually allowed in Islam. This is one of the major errors actually many Muslims actually fall into. Also, the women should not ask divorce without any valid reason. Because one of some of the women, just because she got upset with her husband for even minor problem, very minor. Maybe he just promised her to bring her something, and he did not follow his promise, and then she said, "Okay, divorce me." That's why, with my respect to all my sisters, they are very weak. That's why Islam, kept the decision of divorce in the husband, in the groom hand, in the husband hand, not in the women, because women are very sensitive. They are very emotional. So that's why Islam and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep the divorce decision in the husband mind. Otherwise, if it was in the women hand, you will find many husbands in the street. So alhamdulillah, so that's we should not really, a woman should not ask really divorce unless there is a valid reason, very valid. She tried, and there is no way that her husband will be straightened out, and then she has the right to ask marriage. But if really it is minor's problem, remember my sister, the relationship, remember, his positive side, don't just look to the negative side. Always make evaluation between the good things and the bad things your husband does. And usually, you will find, and to be just, to be even with him, And remember also, especially my sister, when you have children, the only one who's going to pay for that are your children. They're the one who are going to pay of you. They will really suffer. You may find another husband. Your husband may find another wife. But what about the children? They will be sandwiched between you. They will be the one who actually suffer. So the women should not ask a divorce from her husband unless there is a valid reason. I mean, a very, very valid reason. Also, some women, she will actually try her best, to convince a man who's married to a woman, to convince him or to persuade him to divorce this woman because she wants him. And this is absolutely, a very major error and a very major mistake. It is not allowed in Islam for other women to ask, a husband who's married to a woman to go ahead, please divorce your wife because I want to marry you. This is absolutely haram, of course, Also, the husband should not divorce his wife while she is in the period, in the cycle. So any husband wants to divorce his wife, he must divorce her while she's clean, while she's not in the period. He must wait for her to finish her cycle, menstruation, and then she get clean completely, and he should not touch her. He should not have sexual intercourse with her. If you really want to divorce your wife, you should wait, you as a husband, until your wife finish her cycle, the menstruation. Don't approach her sexually, leave her, and then if you decided, then this is the sunnah. This is the right way of divorce. Because when you divorce your wife while she's in the menstruation, this is actually, you are actually contradicting the sunnah. Also, the woman, she should not actually take money from her husband without noticing, without his knowledge, unless there is necessity. If her husband is very miser, he doesn't really take care of them, he's not really issuing them or supplying them with food, with clothes, and she feel that they may starve, then she can take, but only amount which satisfy their need, not more than that. Because it did happen during Rasulullah that the wife of Abu Sufyan was very, little bit, his hand is, is not really, he wasn't generous. He was a little bit, I would call little bit miser or little bit, care for money. So his wife, she asked Rasulullah, can I take some money from my husband without noticing, without telling him? Rasulullah said, yes, take just, what you need, but not more than what you need. But, taking this as a habit from the women, every time she just put her hand in the wallet of her husband without noticing, putting her hand in his pocket, taking money, no, this is a very major error for the wife to do, unless really there is a necessity for that. Also, some women, when she got upset, when she got angry with her husband for any reason, she will completely stay away or, not to sleep in the same bed with him. She will go to another room. And the woman should not do that. The wife, she should not do that, because this is, again, one of the major errors some wives, commit. The women are not supposed actually to abandon or leave her bed for any reason, just because she has a quarrel or she's upset from her husband. Because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, any woman does that, the angels will slander her, will curse her. Any woman leave her husband's bed without any valid reason, then the angels will curse her until she come back. Also, the woman, she should not allow, the wife, she should not allow any stranger to enter the house of her husband unless he approve it, without his approval. A woman should be honest. She should take care of the husband house. She should not allow, especially men, stranger men. She can allow some relatives of her relatives, the one like her father, her mother, her brothers, but any stranger men, or especially those who her husband, her husband does not like, or he doesn't approve them that they should enter his house. So the woman, she's very careful, she should be honest, taking care of her husband's house. Also, one of the some errors people fall into, that when they are invited for an invitation, Rasulullah ﷺ said, if somebody invite you, you should respond. This is a sunnah. One of your obligation towards your brother, is to respond to his invitation, unless you have a valid reason. And again, this is one of the correct thing. When somebody invited you, for a wedding or dinner or lunch, your neighbor, your brothers, your relative, you should really attend. You should attend this, unless, and you listen to this, my brother and sister, unless there is a wrongdoing will be taking place. If you really don't allow, if you don't really, that if you are sure that if I came to this place and there are some, wrongdoing, munkar, or bad things, against Islam, then it is your full right not to attend. Either to go there and change that wrongdoing, if you are sure you can change it. But if you know that you cannot change it, then don't go. Other than that, you should respond to your brother's invitation. Also, some people, they may want to get married to a certain woman, and she is pregnant. So in Islam, are not allowed a man to marry a woman while she is pregnant, because he should actually wait until she actually have delivery, and she deliver the baby, and she finish, she get out of the birth time period. After she become clean, then you can ask her. But you are not allowed to marry women and have sexual intercourse with her while she pregnant, because Rasulullah ﷺ forbid us to irrigate other people, culture. This is the meaning of it. So you're not supposed to marry women who she's pregnant until you make sure she have already delivered the baby. Also, the man should not really isolate his sperm from the women. Some men, when he have sexual intercourse, he will, just not really, when he ejaculate, he take the sperm out without the permission of his wife, because maybe his wife wants children and he trying to mislead his wife. Brothers and sisters, we come to conclude this episode. Looking forward to see you again, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
للذين أحسنوا الحسنى وزيادة ولا يرهق وجوههم قتر ولا ذلة أولئك أصحاب الجنة هم فيها